Welcome back. One of the most thrilling videos we produced in a while is back with us. Your favorite video of the year will be this one. So click the like button at this moment. Money. Some claim that it causes the world to revolve. Some people pursue it assiduously, much like a hamster on a wheel. While some people talk about having money, others genuinely do. Money doesn't give a damn about your ambitions, where you reside, your religion, or your sense of self-worth. Money simply is. Either you possess it or you do not. Either you are making money or you are spending it. Before watching this movie, some of you might not have known that money functions as a force in society. It abides by the laws and regulations that control the creation and movement of capital. We're going to share 15 money guidelines with you today that will alter the way you perceive wealth. This is going to be the best investment you can make in yourself right now, so please take notes. We must also thank you for taking the time. Now, without further ado, let's begin. First rule: people cannot be changed by money. It reveals their true selves. Money can be compared to a magnifying glass. Whatever qualities were previously concealed have grown 10 times more, and now everybody can see them. The initial spark that awakens these previously latent features is lit by the same magnifying glass. If you were an asshole before you became wealthy, you are still an asshole today, whose bank account is bigger. It's also true on the other side of the coin. If you were kind and humble before, nothing will change if you succeed. Money behaves similarly to gasoline. It intensifies the fire. You can move and learn more quickly thanks to it. More tools, toys, and resources are made available as a result. Who you are and where you choose to direct its power all depend on you. People cannot be changed by money. It removes their poverty-related vulnerabilities and provides them the space to be who they truly are. Number 2 rule: never spend money that you haven't earned. Spending money you haven't earned will keep you poor forever. Yet, the majority of people never transcend poverty for this primary reason. They take out loans to purchase items they don't really need or aren't really able to afford. So who is to blame for this? Some claim that the media actively promotes things to these gullible people by making promises of happiness and pure respect. Some claim that there is a problem with school and that you aren't taught these topics, but in reality, it's a private matter. You are aware of the decision you are making when you max out a credit card to purchase a new television. It's not a wise purchase, you know. The TV is intelligent, but it's only out of vanity. By putting your future ahead of your present, you are making a sacrifice. People spend too much money on things they actually cannot afford, and because of this, they will never end the cycle. They are catching up to the present. Therefore, it is impossible to go into the future. The third rule: not after money. Be a money magnet instead. We are aware that this rule sounds extremely corny, like the law of attraction nonsense. Yet it isn't. It goes far deeper than just thinking positively and attracting your dream life to you. One can divide this rule into 2 parts. Don't chase money in the first part. This implies that you are constantly running behind in money. You're trapped in this rat race, which is the reason you don't have any money. Money will continue to elude you as long as you are on this never-ending hamster wheel of chasing it. Money is the roadrunner, and you are the coyote. It will always flee from you when it sees you coming, since nobody loves to be pursued and caught. In order to attract money, which is the second half, you must first become valuable enough on your own. You are the recipient of the money due to your abilities and capabilities. Let's elaborate. People will want you to help them with their difficulties more and more as you become more useful as an individual. If you can assist them, they will gladly run after the money and deliver it to you. The basic distinction between value providers and consumers is this: of worth. While the other receives money, one spends money. You'll earn the more valuable you become. The fourth principle prior to investing money: invest time. The primary obstacle preventing individuals from starting is this: the average person frequently holds the view that you need money to make money. These people never understood the value of time above money. No matter when you start, you have a lot of time early on that you are probably wasting. You'll still need 7 years on average to develop a firm. 10, if you don't think as well. Moreover, 5, if you already have some cash on hand, but you still need time. You'll arrive there faster the earlier you start. You are wise. We are very appreciative that you choose to spend a few of your valuable Sunday minutes with us. From resources like Alex, you're already learning a ton, but you need to get your hands dirty. Whatever your area is, whether it be in real life or online, you need to be there. We find it astounding that people can spend thousands of hours binge watching Netflix, but can't find 2 hours a day to work on a side project. In a video game coma, it's not because you lack money that you're not wealthy. It's a result of your terrible time management. The fifth rule: you can increase your income by learning more. We must make this crucial distinction when it comes to learning. For us, learning is about gaining knowledge that you can use to improve your life and the lives of others. That is what education is. It doesn't matter if you can calculate pi to 38 digits or know every Pokemon you speak. It has no value. The world is not a game show. The knowledge that is not capable of manifestation. It is not my expertise. It's unimportant. Focus your education on creating a path out of this pit of mediocrity for yourself. The majority of us start out in. Learn how to construct each phase, then carry out the execution. Use the ladder your parents made for you if they did. Study any descriptions of ladder construction made by others. In this game of life, every one of us is dealt a unique hand. The method out is essentially the same, even though some holes are deeper than others. Learn, build, get away, enjoy, instruct others. You must understand how money is made if you want to make money. To become an expert at making money, you must practice. Similarly to how you would learn to play the guitar, if you work at it long enough, eventually you won't sound so bad. You'll get better at it if you put in more effort. This rule applies to all life skills. You first learn. The owl is then taken out. You should begin studying the foundations and expand on them if you're serious about making changes in your life. You're in luck, since there are a ton of resources at your disposal to help you learn anything your reality requires. The Richest Man in Babylon is a good place to start. If we had to give you any advice, read it again after making notes. Reread it after a year has passed. The following year, however, you can actually complete it in one sitting. This book is sufficient on its own, so that you can start your trip. Better still, register at alokstock.com/freebook. If you do, our partners at Audible will give you a free copy of the audiobook version. You should be happy since this is the best era ever for learning. Education is free. You only need to reach out and use it. The sixth principle: never let money rule your life. If you succeed in becoming the master, this video will no longer be monetized. Hey, the analysis of the mainstream media is over. Once more, you bring up slaves. Everyone is opposed to slavery. We are, nevertheless, making ourselves slaves to society's rules. Debt is a fantastic invention that we have created. While some people use technology to gain their freedom, others even lose the freedom they had before. The most recent incarnation of slavery is bad debt. Your life is no longer yours the moment you borrow money, for whatever reason. It belongs to the debtors of the individuals who gave you the loan. In order for someone else to benefit from your labor, you will literally have to exchange hours of your life. We don't know what slavery is if that isn't it. There is always money floating about. Either you own your money or it owns you. Being the master of money is your only objective, since the alternative is awful. When you do, cash will start working for you. It will develop and safeguard you. Number 7. You must entice money. Don't be seduced by money. The sixth rule is extended by this. Money can be tricky. It has tricks, and due to its potential, it might be harmful. The same may be said of a knife in the hands of an expert sushi chef. However, a child holding a knife poses a threat. The allure of money is that it demonstrates your potential. Everything is conceivable. Who wouldn't want to have their fantasies come true? Thus, it's simple to fall for its charms. But the instant you give in, money actually disappears from you in that manner. When you open the door at that point, the money disappears. You witnessed it countless times with individuals who won enormous sums of money only to become destitute and unhappy. Only a few years later, examples of people whose lives were devastated by an influx of money because they didn't know how to master it or regulate it are abundant on our channel. Refrain from being seduced by money and recognize it for what it is. A tool. The 8th rule. If you don't plant the appropriate seeds, money won't grow on trees. People only know the first part of the rule for some reason. Anyone who has ever planted an apple tree is aware of the requirements needed to reap the benefits of the fruit. Finding the correct soil, watering the seed, nurturing it, taking care of it, and shielding it from outside pressures are all necessary first steps. It won't grow if you put it on a shelf by itself. Ideas are the seeds we're referring to. There are seeds everywhere. The best part is that they are free ideas, a free man. There is a list of 15 ideas in the top right corner that can help you earn $1 million if you click there. Because the seed does not become the tree, we gave those things away. The gardener is the one who takes the seed and transforms it into something worthwhile. The gardener is you. Ideas are the seeds. What you do with these concepts will be your money tree. And everybody who has ever built anything knows whether you're willing to invest the time to grow them. This did not occur suddenly. You may eat those blasted apples as soon as you plant the seed and start tending to it. The 9th rule, don't let your money grow stale. Money detests being idle. It despises it so intensely that it typically either perishes or flees to someone else who can handle it. Money resembles a mako shark in certain ways. If it wants to survive, it must continue swimming. When money is not used, it depreciates and gains value. Here's something you probably don't know about. At the conclusion of the trial, $50,000 would be worth about $30,000 in the real market if you had kept it beneath your bed for 10 years. Inflation is the cause of this. The growth in housing costs, developments, rising living expenses, etc. That is the price of allowing money to become bored. Set aside enough money to cover emergencies while protecting it from inflation. The remainder. Utilize it to strengthen your castle. Create things. Develop stuff. Use the funds for their intended use. Tenet number 1: spending is less than income. Although this seems apparent, we are still shocked by the sheer number of instances in which it is broken. Many people simply don't care why they charge everything on their credit cards, and a much bigger proportion of this people spends all of their income. Already, the first ones are drowning. One wave separates the second group from their arrival. You don't feel that your life is progressing since you are unable to restrain your spending appetite. These folks are easily lured by wealth. By taking up bad debt, they shackle themselves. They allow their emotions and sense of self-worth to dictate their expenditures. Every debt will eventually be repaid inside rest. If you can't afford it now, you certainly can't afford it now plus interest. It's acceptable as long as you follow the entire guideline if you're one of those people who dislike budgeting, since it makes them feel cheap. Spending less or earning more is an option. Your decision is yours. As long as you are earning more money than you need and at least some of it is going towards your personal safety net, there is nothing wrong with living a luxurious lifestyle. You already have a plan in place in case you are in a vehicle accident tomorrow and are unable to work for the next 6 months. We have found that there are 2 types of humans: individuals who like to budget and optimize, as well as those who wish to go big. They can both get wealthy. Read Tony Robbins' Money Master, the game if you're seeking for a slow but sure path to prosperity. Get The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco if you prefer to take a large risk for a big reward. Thanks to Audible, you may obtain one of these free books by visiting the URL loxt.com/freebook. Rule number 11 applies if you have already read The Richest Man in Babylon. Your personal army is your money. It should go in return with detainees. Millionaire investor Kevin O'Leary persisted in using this image, and as a result, it has become part of how we view money. Your personal soldier is each and every dollar you have. You send them out onto the field of combat every morning. Some will perish while others will triumph. You want more of them to bring convicts back with them. When someone requests to borrow some of your soldiers, you'll start to be much more selective about the soldiers you lend out if you start to think about your freedom warriors. Every time you give someone money, there is a chance that they will misuse it, killing your troops and losing track of them. Soldiers who would have been good for you. The 12th rule. The ideal spouse can make you wealthy. A poor choice of mate might ruin your finances. Some of you questioned us as to why we spent the previous 2 Sundays producing videos on qualities to look for in a mate. When is this related to money? You will never comprehend. How costly being with the wrong person is until you become costly. Not simply because they are costly. The wrong person may hold you down if you don't know what you're doing, and they'll steal half of your shit. They're very near you. They have the ability to change your destiny. They can either bind you to the ground or assist you to develop wings for growth. We cannot emphasize enough how crucial it is to be with the proper person, someone you can call your partner, who is ready and prepared to accompany you on this trip we call life. This person must be capable and strong and share your aims and aspirations, because the path ahead will be difficult and paved with ups and downs. Furthermore, nobody who isn't entirely committed to this voyage will be able to make it. The perfect individual will make life a wonderful journey. 13th regulation. Your financial issues will all be resolved by money, neither less nor more. For some reason, people believe that money can fix any issue. It is real. The majority of the issues can be resolved, but not all of them. Money functions as a universal key that can open many different types of locks. I need a place to call home. Money is able to fix that. I'm curious as to what you plan to eat tonight. Your children require school supplies. Money will pay for that. Money comes to our aid. They are all related to money. They are affected by money, yet it is foolish to believe that if there is no door in sight, you can simply use your key to break through a brick wall. When you're struggling financially, that's all you see. After overcoming these, you begin to see that there are other issues where money has little to no influence. Because that's all they can see. Poor people constantly judge when a successful person takes their own life. A large amount of cash. And how could someone have a need for anything besides money? But you can't expect a rich mindset from someone with weak thinking. Regulation 14. There are those who are wealthy and those who simply have money. We now enter the finished portion of the conversation. It functions somewhat similarly to the previous rules: organic development. What is wealth, exactly? How do you recognize financial success? We define wealth as the point in life where your goals and aspirations are met. Then you succeed. However, it's about finding the right balance between all the pillars of your life: emotional, intellectual, and physical relationships, and financial stability. It resembles acquiring all the infinity stones of a prosperous life. If they are fortunate enough to get one or two of the five, that is. However, some people do truly become wealthy. The connection between these pillars is unusual. Relationships are challenging to succeed in when you have emotional harm. If your relationship is bad, it's difficult to establish your financial empire, and so on. This explains why you often find wealthy people who are unhappy or unfulfilled despite working hard to accumulate wealth. They completely disregarded the other pillars. Rule number 15. Your benefits in life will always correspond to the amount you have contributed. This rule is the reason you earn as much as you do, in case you've ever wondered why. This is the formula for determining how much compensation someone merits. The reward increases in proportion to the contribution. Your reward will inevitably be less than that of someone who helps 1 million people if you just serve 10 individuals. Both the poorest and wealthiest people may relate to this. It serves as the basis for value. Just by adhering to this rule, you can start increasing your income right away. You must increase your contribution if you want to improve your rewards. You can achieve this by offering your services to more people, enhancing the caliber of your work, or discovering new methods to give back. All there is to it is this. You'll immediately see an increase in the rewards you receive if you write these 3 things down and review them daily until you can apply any of them to your life. Any of the 15 guidelines we've listed are valuable and powerful enough to create riches for anyone who is aware of them and uses them. Given that this video was lengthy, we want to take this opportunity to once again congratulate you on your decision. I appreciate you being an A+, sir, dedicated to your progress, and choosing us to be your partner on this path. There are those in the comments who share your objectives and motivation to advance and improve. We are interested to learn which rules, in particular, ignited the largest fire within you because of this. Which one are you most grateful for? Let's support each other's development by sharing it with the community in the comments. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram so you can follow the story as it develops. Naturally, given the length of this movie, we didn't really anticipate anyone to be present at this time. So for those of you who are still tuning in, here is a bonus rule. You deserve it. Regulation 16. Would you want to be poor or exhausted? You can decide. From the bottom of our hearts, we firmly believe this. Everybody can succeed financially if they decide to quit being sluggish. The majority of people believe that working hard is the reverse of being lazy. However, that is not exactly the case. The richest individuals in the world would be coal miners or those who put up roofs in July if all it required was a hard effort. No, your mentality has a lot to do with being lazy. With your decision to choose challenging tasks over simple ones, to watch Lux instead of some streamer, or to read a self-help book. Sleeping for 2 hours less than your buddies so you can work on your project is preferable to watching reality TV. You'd have to give up your present convenience for the possibilities of the future in order to avoid being lazy. Do the things they won't do today in order to live the manner they can tomorrow by not being lazy. We sincerely hope that today's bonus made your time worthwhile. We are very thrilled to share this video with you because it is perhaps the most useful one we have produced so far this year. If you watched the full video, kindly leave comments and follow the money guidelines. When the neighborhood participates in that way, we are genuinely delighted to see it. I'll see you in the remarks. We appreciate you taking the time to visit with us. And to ensure you never miss a video, subscribe. Once again, thank you, and we look forward to your return.